This past week, the Wall Street Journal came out with a very shocking study looking at the last 25 years across all of America and asking people, what are your highest values? And the study came out that the value of having children, of community involvement, religion and patriotism went down dramatically. For example, having children went down from 60% of the population seeing that as an important value to only 30%. What is happening to our society that we seem to be losing the sense of responsibility? I think in the holiday of Pesach, we can find an answer from a Torah perspective. We know that every holiday has a theme. What is the theme of the holiday of Pesach, Passover? The theme is freedom. But what is the Jewish concept of freedom? The Talmud tells us something peculiar. The Talmud says, Ein ben chorin ela misha osek b'Torah. There's no true free person except the one who is engrossed in a life of ethics and values. How do we understand that? How does a life of ethics and values give you freedom? And I think the answer is we have to remember the following words. Freedom from or freedom to. Our society says freedom from. I am free from responsibility. I am free. I don't have responsibilities. I'm like the kid who has a free period in school. I'm free. The Torah's concept of freedom is freedom to. Freedom to choose. Freedom to make choices that need our heart and our mind, that use our free will to make meaningful choices that sometimes aren't easy, but create a tremendous sense of purpose and meaning in our lives. I ask my students sometimes, is a squirrel free? And on the surface, a squirrel seems very free. It jumps, it runs, it doesn't pay taxes, it eats whatever it wants, sleeps whenever it wants. But the truth is that squirrel is very not free, because that squirrel is a total slave to its instincts. We as human beings need to strive to not live the freedom of a squirrel, but to live the really meaningful freedom that the Torah is trying to give us. You know, it's interesting, in that same 25-year period, we also saw the rates of depression and suicide go up as well by pretty large numbers. And I don't think they're a coincidence, because I think when we move away from a sense of responsibility, from a sense of what can I do to live the most meaningful life, to how can I become free of responsibility, which is the freedom from, it actually brings us to higher rates of those issues as well. You know, at Emet, one of the things we strive for is to give our students that sense of responsibility, that sense of acknowledgement of their personal responsibility, their communal responsibility, and what they can accomplish and achieve. And when a person has that, it gives them a tremendous sense of meaning and purpose. Wishing each and every one of you a Chag Kosher v'Sameach for a very meaningful Pesach holiday that gives us the true sense of freedom that only Torah can offer us.